Hi guys, can you hear me all right? Howdy y'all. Hi. Hi. Howdy, hi. Can you hear the plane that's outside? I'm supposed to be going live for 30 minutes so that I can have access to live streaming. I think I have like 30 minutes left, so that's what I'm doing. So we can talk about literally anything. I'm just killing 30 minutes of time. You can hear the plane? Would you be able to please? Thank you so much. You're the best. Thank you. How's that? Is more better? I get in trouble for saying more better. Apparently it's not proper English. Oh, hi Kim. How are you doing? Hi. Hi guys. Is the microphone fine? Too loud? I'm just chilling with you guys for 30 minutes. You can ask all the questions you can within 30 minutes. Because I'm going to start live streaming here. Rodri, you're the best. No, I'm not the best. Trust me. But you're the best. I think you're the best. Blinker checkpoint. What's a blinker checkpoint? What are your thoughts on the protest? I think protests are necessary. I wish that people would care about optics more when protesting. Simply because we live in a day and age where social media pretty much makes or breaks everything. Sadly, this is very sad. But the right hijacks small minorities and exploits them and pretends it's the whole damn thing. It's literally politics at this point, and I hate that part of it. You appreciate my videos? Oh, I appreciate your existence. Lex, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You guys can ask any questions you like. I'm just answering whatever. You're so pure you don't know what a blinker checkpoint is? Oh. On a vape? On a vape? Maybe. Oh, can I even... I don't know. I don't know what a blinker checkpoint is. What is your neck tattoo? A scorpion. You guys can ask any questions you like. Absolutely any questions you like, and I'll answer them. You guys like this shirt? Give Nazis... Can I even say that on... a platform. See the platform? What are my thoughts on Trump's health? I think we need to stop electing these 70, 80-year-old men into office. Shirt is bomb. Thanks. You guys can ask any questions you like. Any question. And it's got a flag. And it's upside down. Morning, Mercedes. Howdy. Huge fan. Oh, no, you don't have to be a fan. You're, like, fam, maybe, but... You're not... It's okay. I hate the word fan. Maybe we'll use aficionado. I don't know. It sounds... We're here. I'm not... Does that make sense? Do you drive trucks? Yeah, I only drive trucks. I don't like cars. Burning flag is free speech. I think it is free speech. I don't think it looks good, and I don't think it signifies our message. If we want to rally people behind our message, I don't think that's how we do it. Are we going... Oh, where'd it go? Are we going to go away, in your opinion? Are we going to go away? I don't know what that means. I don't know. We're a huge fan of you. No. Don't be a huge fan of me. So you're saying free speech doesn't look good? No, that's not what I'm saying. But I think that, like, you have to expand your mind in order to understand other people's perspectives and how they'll perceive it. And if they perceive it as something that they stand against, they're not... You did that, and now they stand against immigration. And it's like... Because people are so simple-minded, they can't separate the free speech from the problem. They think the free speech and the problem is the same thing. So they say, oh, I don't want to give these people what they want because they burn American flags. When in all actuality, all we want is the process to be faster, to be easier for these people. And they want that too. But then they'll take the stance like, oh, I actually don't want this simply because they were upset we burnt a flag. Which, again, it's stupid that people think that way, but it's reality that people think that way. Hi from Greece. Hi. When is the UFA starting back up? We'll be going to our first stop next month. In Florida. Tampa, Florida. outside of the, there's a summit that Charlie Kirk is doing. So we're going to go party down. It'll be fun. Hi from Jamaica. Hi. Hi. You guys can ask any questions you like. If you have any questions on my opinions, I'm considered controversial, apparently. So you can ask anything. That doesn't guarantee I'll answer it, though. When are you coming to Greenland? I don't know when I'm coming to Greenland. Not sure about that. People having issues with burning flags, but desecrate flags by putting Trump stuff on it all the time. Yeah, and like two wrongs don't make a right. Their obsession with Trump is the reason why they're losing people from their party, in the same way that we burning flags costs us moderates who vote over here. It's the same thing. Two things can be true at once. I didn't know the truth was controversial. Queen, you're a queen. Your message in their minds become the flag burning instead of... Oh, these are going fast. Your message in their mind becomes the flag burning instead of their understanding your message. Exactly. What made me get into politics? Well, student action. I'd be there instead of OFC if I wasn't having a baby around then. Yeah, Student Action Summit. What made me get into politics? I don't know. I got into it and I was a conservative content creator. I was a MAGA content creator, and I was like, "Whoa, these people are lying to me." And then I came over to the side and I was like, yeah. And then I was like, oh, okay, I vote over here because I view it as damage control, and we could get into why I view it as damage control, but these people are also lying to me. I'm a big proponent of a third party. I'm like the biggest proponent of a third party that you're gonna meet. I would die hard for one, except, okay, maybe not the biggest, because I still vote in damage control, but I ride hard for a third party. Would you start doing fishing content? I actually am. In about 4 months, you guys will be seeing a lot of fishing content on a whole new account, because it's for my heart. Thoughts on the buy the government so that they can blame Iran? Which one? What are you talking about? You'll have to clarify, because I'm not sure if I kept up with that. I love watching your content. No, I love the fact that you exist. Push for ranked choice voting. I don't even know what the fuck a ranked choice voting is. Can someone explain that to me? What do you think about Candace Owens changing her stance on Trump? Candace Owens has been Candace Owens, and I wish more people would understand this. Candace Owens a long time ago was a Zio, but she really quickly, I mean, pretty much almost this entire, I'd say the majority of the Gaza event, she's kind of been on the right side. It's not that she just flipped her stance. She's been consistent in it, but people don't watch Candace Owens, so they don't know that she has been against Israel for a hot minute now. Candace Owens doesn't change. She is, and I hate when people call her a grifter, because do I agree with Candace Owens? No. Do I think she has some horrible fucking takes? Yes. But is she consistent and she doesn't change? Also yes. The government planning blaming Iran so we can retaliate. Do I think that the government's doing that? I don't know. I'm a little conspiratorial though. Like I do have my conspiracy theories, so I wouldn't put it past them. I have a big problem with the government. I'm low-key populist. Like third party populist is my, that's idealistic, right? I vote damage control. I understand reality. I'm not over here being like, yeah, everyone vote third party next election. I don't think it's reality. We have to start at the local level first and develop a strong foundation for a third party before just running third party presidential candidates like Jill Stein, who go back into their coffin the minute they've decided to reap their money from elections. Sorry, Jill. Have you ever talked with Jonah from Canada? I have no idea who that is. Make sure you guys tap the screen like crazy, and then there's a button, I guess. I don't know. I'm just repeating what I hear people say. Tap it. What else is it? And share it out. Yes. I don't ever ask these people to do anything for me, so it's so weird to say that. I do ask these people to I ask them to find people. I say, hey, this person's a piece of shit. Go find them. Am I pro-Palestine? Okay, so this is my take on it. I do not like Israel at all. I do not like Israel. I also think there's a lot of human rights violations going on in the Middle East that very much frustrate me. But Israel sucks. I'm sorry. And this is probably going to be the thing that gets my thing taken away. But I just don't like their influence with America. I do not like the influence they have with America. I feel like they're that person right now who is purposely getting into conflicts because they know that we're going to come save them. I also don't like how much money we give to them. What are your thoughts on ICE raids in America? Their leaders are obsessed with war. I agree. Their leaders are obsessed with war. My thoughts on the ICE raids in America. I feel as if, like, I'm a big proponent of a strong border. I want an extremely strong border. I think the ICE raids, how they're being conducted, I think how Donald Trump is going about deportation, ethically, I don't think is the best, right? Like we have that LGBT barber who has no criminal backgrounds. He just, like, there's nothing wrong with this guy. He's been over here for a hot minute. Asylum seeker is sitting in an El Salvadorian prison as we speak. And I'm like, but why? That's crazy to me. Why is someone, if you're going to deport him, but why send him to a prison that he's never going to be able to escape from and he has no crime? That's crazy to me. So I don't like that. I look at the fact that, yes, Obama deported a lot of people, Clinton deported a lot of people, Biden deported a lot of people, but we have to do it ethically, and I think that Donald Trump has lost ethics on that. Then I also believe that Republicans purposely do not pass. They just run off of EOs when it comes to the border. They will not pass legislation specifically because they want to use it on a hot dog on a string for maggots. They're like, yeah, come here. Keep voting for us because the evil border. But then you look at things like in Texas, and they don't really do border enforcement when it comes to businesses who hire illegals. If they actually cared about the problem, they'd fix it. But they just keep running EOs. They're like, EO, and then the Band-Aid gets peeled off, and If you ask questions and I missed it because I went on a rant, just ask it again. Plus, there are terrible conditions for migrants at holding facilities. Yeah, there are. Seriously, they came here illegally. Too bad they gotta go. Well, I understand that you want them to go. I'm just saying, if I wanted someone to leave my house, am I going to escort them out of my house, or am I going to, like, tar and feather them and then do some bad things and then, like, get them out of my house? You know what I mean? Like, you can accomplish something and also do it ethically. Again, I said I understand that Obama deported a lot of people, but it's the way that we deport people that matter. They came here legally in many cases, yes. And then what's happening with the students frustrate me. The people who came over here to learn, that frustrates me. Thank you for what you do. Oh, thanks for existing. Thanks, that's really sweet. Obama went through due process. That's not necessarily true. Obama was sued by the ACLU in his first term. He did. There's a lot of people who didn't get due process, but they didn't get due process, but many of them had, so like in his first term, I think it was 51% of deportees were not criminals, and then in his final term, that number jumped significantly. Like, I think it was 90-something% of his deportees were criminals. So he fixed it in his second term, and it was because Democrats kept boycotting him and, protesting him because of his first term. But I don't think there's a single president in the past who has given every single immigrant due process. So I know, like, we talk about these court dates. I think what conservatives try to convey is that you actually physically cannot get every single one of them a court date. And then Democrats will latch onto that and they say every single one needs a court date. But then Obama did not give every single one a court date. Does that make sense? So we can't be a hypocrite in that position. My problem with how Republicans are doing it is because they're doing it in an inhumane way. But not everyone did get due process under any candidate. Exactly. Why are they removing TPS? Why are they deporting people here on valid work visas? Yes, I hate that. I don't understand. That's like shit. Imagine that. Guys, pretend you were coming over here and the previous administration gave you all the rights, the ground, the CBP-1 app. They said, you're going to come over here. We have it legally for you to do so. You're going to go to your court dates. You're going to do this, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, yeah, awesome. And then they come over here. And then a next administration comes in and says, never mind, you're illegal. And they're like, wait, what? What do you mean? We were told we could be here, and now they're getting picked up and deported. And that's shit. That's a bait and switch if I ever seen one. That's crazy. That's why we have to do things ethically, because we are also responsible for the people who are here. No, what's crazy is those same people supported Trump. Which people? And to those same people being treated as criminals, what not if they're illegal? How? Hey, don't you be making any sense now? Both sides are creeps, left or right? Yes. They use everyone. They do. Tell me don't get it when you start saying Obama did it also. Yeah, the problem is both. Yeah, the problem is we have not had substantial border legislation passed since the 90s. It was never legal. No, but asylum seeking is legal. Yes, they were legally allowed to seek asylum here in this country. They were told that they could come over here on that app. And then they said, oh no, executive order, day one. And they bait and switched it. They had people at the border who were only at the border because they were going to be allowed in. And then that day the EU signed, you'd see these people crying outside of the border because they were told they can't come and seek asylum over here. He literally, that system, he bottlenecked it. You know, like, pretty sure he kind of put a cap on it, actually. I think he said no more. This isn't about immigration. It's about establishing an unidentifiable secret police. I mean, for sure, I think that's part of it, but I think it's part of immigration. The process to become legal is very expensive. Yeah, and it takes like 20 years. Interestingly enough, so I met an undocumented migrant for Trump. So she couldn't vote for Donald Trump, right? But she's an undocumented migrant whose whole entire page is like really humping hard for Trump. And I said, wow, this is kind of insane. Like cognitive dissonance started. I was like, whoa, this is wild, right? Essentially, she has stated, she's kind of teaching her conservative following that, hey, I've been fighting for legal status for 20 years. 20 years. And some of the people in her comment section who are conservative, because her base is conservative, she supports Trump, are like, oh my God, oh, that sucks. So she's, in essence, doing good work by being on their side and teaching them that the process is extremely long and advocating for a better process. Do I think it's an oxymoron at the end of the day? Yes. But at least she's teaching these people that the process, because a lot of Republicans don't get it. And they think that we're making it up, that the process is 20 years or things like that. And then when you have someone who's on your side, who's heavy MAGA, who's telling you, hey, I am undocumented, I've been fighting for this 20 years, I think they're more attuned to listen. And she's doing that, and I think that's cool. And then she's also begging Donald Trump. In every post, she asks people that tag Donald Trump so that he will, like, give her citizenship. And I'm like, girl, he be deporting veterans. There's migrants who come over here and serve, and he deport them. Like, the fuck? Trump supporter? Fuck no, I am not a Trump supporter. I am not a Trump supporter at all. It's a civil action payable by fine. What's a civil action? Are you talking about coming over here undocumented? I'm a Trump supporter. That's okay, Ro. We could talk about that. Damn, I'm so sorry if you guys are hearing a bunch of noise. My sincerest apologies. Am I still welcome here? Fuck yeah, Ro, you're welcome here. If you are a Trump supporter in the chat, let me know. Just be like, hi, I'm a Trump supporter, and you're welcome here. Enjoy your stay. There's no problem. I'd have beers with you. What's the background noise? They're potatoes. I guess I should give some context. The potatoes aren't just like kicking their feet. It's like being cooked. Hi, Trump supporters. Hi. Thank you for that. I love that there is no hate, because I feel that about liberal as well. All love. Yeah, and a lot of people on this app, they downright just don't like you guys. And I'm the person who comes in. I'm very diplomatic. I'm very type 9 on the Enneagram. I'm like, bro, let's make peace. Let me convince you through love why you should vote third party. But not yet. Not yet. We got to lay the groundwork. Don't vote yet. Vote blue for damage control. I supported Biden hoping he would succeed, but he did not. I feel like we're in a perpetual state of politicians letting us down. So, you know what I mean? The issue is convincing people to dehumanize Others, the same as they turned the country on fed workers. Neither did Trump. The issue is convincing people to dehumanize others. Yeah. Yeah, and I think social media is a big tool in making that happen. Hi, Mercedes. Hi, how are you doing? I wish we could clone Bernie. I say that all the time. I wish Bernie had a son. I wish Bernie had a son that was into politics the way he is. I don't even know if he has a son, but if he does, we need more unity and a lot less of us versus them. Yeah, or a lot more us versus them. I agree 100%. I am like solid on the us versus them mentality. We are definitely in a spiritual war as well, and I like social media, or social media fuels it. Yes, it does. Bernie is way too socialist. It wouldn't work long term. But I think, for me, Bernie is... I might not even agree with all of Bernie's policies, but I feel like he would have won, and it's because he's populist. The reason why I would want a Bernie, even if I didn't agree with all of his policies, is simply because I want something different. It's the same exact reason why a bunch of people who would have never voted for Trump or would have never voted for Republicans voted for Donald Trump. He took so many people who were Democrats. And it's like, because people rally behind this message of wanting something new and something different, and that's something that's not the establishment. And I fall victim to that, of course. I want a populist, you know? I'm like... Bernie is just not the establishment to me. Like, oh, you mean the DNC sued the fuck out of him? The DNC tried to sue him off the fucking ballot? Yeah, give that man my vote. I wish we could build up libertarians so much more. Me too. Me too. Me too. Yes. I want a solid independent party as well. Bernie got robbed by Hillary's camp? Yeah. And I will never forgive them. You could not pay me enough money to be in the same room with Hillary. Fuck no. That pissed me off. Bernie was done so dirty, yet he's the only person who has stayed consistent in his beliefs his whole entire political career. It grosses me out. Can you explain to me why voting third parties, the pros and cons? Well, the pros are because then you start to establish like this... I'd say environment, or this idea that a third party could be a strong proponent, that it actually has validity. And then the cons are you take away from... But I think that's why third party is run the way that it is now. So, for example, we often see a third party comes up, they campaign, they get a lot of they get a cult-like following. I would argue that third party voters... they can be like cult-like following because they're like, thank God we have someone else. They're so done with red and blue that they flock to the third party. And then what happens is third party runs. And then as the election is starting to close in, third party asks to be in the cabinet of either or candidate. And then pretty much whichever one accepts, the third party goes with them, and pretty much their voter base follows as well. So... and that's what pisses me off, because RFK, I know he's fucking insane. I know RFK is crazy. Okay, I get that. But the fact that Kamala Harris's administration turned him down, and I'm like, bruh, you could have just said yes and then, I don't know, not listened to him or something. But he had a lot of people who were on that Maha train. And if they teamed up, I think it would have been better. But... fucking the Democrats are like, nope, you have to be perfect. You said this about vaccines, screw you. And it's like, bro, I know, just disagree and get him over there and win the electoral. I just don't understand. So you're intelligent. It went away. Can I ask how you were never ever convinced that the Repubs had integrity? How you were ever convinced that the Repubs had integrity? So let me explain that. Was I ever convinced when I was a Republican he is literally unqualified? Yeah, he's horribly unqualified. But I look at things electorally. So like RFK, he's not the person to be in the job at all. But like, I feel like RFK doing a shit job under a Kamala Harris administration is way better than a Trump administration where he's still doing the same job. You know what I mean? But regardless, okay, did I ever think that the conservatives had a solid belief system, or was I ever convinced by their integrity? No. So I was raised conservative, and I didn't know exactly what that meant. I just knew I was raised conservative. Everyone who fished, like me, also believed this way. Everyone who hunted, like me, also believed this way. Everyone who drove trucks, like me, also believed in this way. So I was raised... I didn't get into politics until January of last year. January of last year is when I got into politics because I got my life together. Up until that point, I was raised conservative, but I never voted before. I was too busy trying to survive. I was battling addiction. I was battling, like, homelessness at one point. I was not giving a fuck about politics. And then I got my life together, and then, like, I said, oh, I want to do something that's, like, public service. And I got into politics. And I lasted 6 months on the conservative side. The reason why I went over there was because I was like, oh, I'm a conservative lifelong. I guess I'll fight for this side. Politics on this side, it's all I knew, right? I knew nothing about politics. I was over there for 6 months. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Okay, 7 months. I think, what, August is 7? I think that's 7 months. I was not over there very long. But by the 4th month, I was getting into full-blown arguments and like, fights with these people. I was very, 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 very upset. Very upset. Constantly getting into battles with these people because of their beliefs. They would say some of the craziest shit. And I'd be like, wait, do we actually believe this? Fuck no. They would say things like the cat litter boxes. They would say the kids are taken in the fucking litter boxes. And I said, no, that's not happening. And they said, yeah, it's happening. And not the creators, the base would say it's happening. The creators knew it wasn't happening. That was what the wildest part was. The conservative content creators over there, one of them sent me a picture of a cat litter fucking container in a supply closet. They said, Mercedes, run with this. And I said, no, this is crazy. They're not doing that. And they said, yeah, they are doing that. Or they said, no, we know they're not doing that, but our base doesn't know that they're not doing that. And I said, hey, that's crazy. That's really, really crazy. So I jumped online and I was rebellious. And I said to them, to my audience, I said, hey, do you guys genuinely believe, because this is not happening, I need y'all to understand this, but you guys seem to believe that kids are doing this. And they're like, yeah, my uncle Jesse saw it, my sister's nephew, niece saw it, just, you know, the sister's brother thing, whatever, saw it. They never saw it themselves. And that's when shit started to click for me. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. They actually believe this. And then they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. That shit came out, and I was pissed because the images that they were sharing had nothing to do with Springfield. They were sharing images from other countries at this point. Then they ran that story of that woman that they said was eating a cat or whatever. And that woman was from a different part of that state, for one. And for two, she was a citizen. And they would not recognize that whatsoever. And then Amani the Boxer came out. I was so upset. I was like cussing all these fuckers out. Amani the Boxer was the turning point. So I think the Summer Olympics happened in July. And then that was the month that I said, fuck no, you guys are crazy. And it was by August I was left. So I guess you could say I left in July. So that would be 7 months. Because by August I was not creating, I was like done with conservative content. Or done with the conservatives too. But they kept saying Amani the Boxer was trans. And I was like, oh my God, it's illegal to be trans in her country. That's completely illegal. She's not. And they kept telling me that I was wrong. And then it turned into this giant conspiracy theory that they had that the Algerian government got a child who had hormonal imbalance 20 years ago purposely to get them to fight in the Olympics in 2024. And I lost my shit. Lost my fucking shit. I couldn't. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that they did that would frustrate me. The hurricanes. The fact that these people genuinely believed when they were sharing stuff during hurricane season, trying to insinuate and trying to state that the hurricanes are a direct result of Democrats. The Democrats are causing them in order to thwart the election. It was those things. Things like Older Millennial. He made a video the other day stating that this picture of this couple that are Democrats is actually the pew-pewer from, I think it was Michigan, Minnesota, whatever state Tim Walz is from. And they're not. Like, it's so easily fact-checked. Even Grok on Twitter is like, hey, this is wrong. This is not the same people. And they run with these just blatant fucking lies. And I lost my shit. So, yeah, I only lasted, I guess it would be 7 months over there before. And I was fighting with them the whole time. I have a YouTube video on this. It's my second YouTube video. I've only made 2. What do I think of Joe Rogan is his influence? I think he's very influential, and I wish he was on our side. He used to be. Mercedes, are you still scared from the struggle you went through, or are you fully healed? Scarred from the struggle I went through? I don't think I was ever scarred. I think it was the beautifulest thing in the world. Like any rough spots that I've experienced in my life, I would never change them. I would do them 10 times over again. Any problem that I've ever had in my life. My dad died when I was like in teenage years. Makes me who I am. You know what I mean? That's fine. It's all fine. OM is a rage baiter spewing false. Yeah. But the problem is he knows that, but his voter base doesn't. And he influences a huge population to think that way. And that's my issue, is when he's influencing people to think in a way in which he himself knows is false. That's where I lose my shit. And I'm like, that's crazy. Are you asking if I think that a female can be a male? Are you talking about it on a biological level? Brenda, oh, thank you. Oh, I have a guest request. Oh, it's my buddy. We have to have a phone call, buddy. Biologically, no. How about Ben Shapiro? Awful. Horrible. Matt Walsh, too. Matt Walsh is frustrating. Only because he just says some things that I think are just like, bro, we didn't need to go that far. The problem is the Conservative Party could actually have something that doesn't fall apart in 5 years if they would stop. Conservatina ended Santana's career and he lost his main page. He had 300k followers, now only 17. Conservatina, did you do that? Is that true? What? That's so random. Has anyone checked on Chris Valenti recently? That's a fun fact. Okay, well, I mean, I'll take that fact. I think that there are people on my side that I'm glad that they're doing whatever they're doing, and I think that 100% man, party down, and I support you, and I'm glad you're being an advocate for this side. I just wish the rhetoric on, I don't know, we need a better delivery system. I think our delivery system is shit, I'm not gonna lie. But I love everyone. It's like, no, there's so much nuance in humanity, and you look at it all, and you're like, well, you can't fix everything, so I guess you might as well just exist and, like, kind of try to push people in the direction in which you think will make about any good change, but... Miss Coco, me too. That's a reasonable take. Thanks. I try to be reasonable. People call me extremely diplomatic, and I don't even know what diplomatic means, but I am starting to gather that I think it means, like, peace, or, like... fair. You are independent. I think people would view me as that. I call myself a liberal, but then people tell me I'm a moderate. But I call myself like a classical liberal. Say I'm a classical liberal. I'm like a classical liberal who's like pro-populist third party. I want a third party. That's my, if I could, I would literally like sacrifice myself if it meant that America could have a third party that was substantial. And I'd be like, okay, you guys have fun. You guys enjoy the nation that actually starts functioning properly through bipartisan legislation and the downfall of red and blue. But you're a moderate that surrounds yourself with liberals. No, I'd argue that I'm a moderate that surrounds myself with liberals and then constantly gets attacked by leftists. We had to add on to that. And then there's like this far right that maybe, I don't know if they like me or not. I think MAGA is fine with me. I think they think I'm reasonable, which is good because I want to have conversations with them and flip their vote. Right? It's just a chill group for real. Yeah, but I also think that there's psychos. There's definitely psychos over there. Because there's some things that they say that are just... Do I believe It's up for debate. This is severely up for debate. I'd say that the right has some crazy people over there. And then I also think that they don't do a good job at calling out, like, stupid shit. Like, for example, no one sat there and stood up to the fact that the woman from Canton, Ohio was being used to signify eating dogs, eating cats, and she was from Canton, Ohio, born and raised. Like, there's things that are not being called out on the conservative side. The amount of people on the conservatives that I met that genuinely believe that AI-generated image of Donald Trump wading through the water in jeans was real. And I was like, bro, when have you ever seen Donald Trump wear jeans? Like, that is the fact check in itself. You're not a liberal and another party won't change that. Okay. I don't know what that means. But it's the misinformation that happens on the conservative side. It's like dumb misinformation. It's like straight up, like, grandpa stuff. Grandma's like, this is like, you have to be like 80 years old to believe this shit. You know what I mean? To really think that Democrats are hurdling hurricanes at specific states. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's my issue. I could not associate with it. I did not want to be, like, associated with that. So, they do some wild stuff. Because it speaks to their core. They want to believe it. Yeah. Mercedes, you have a better chance at converting Republicans because you're not extreme Democrat. Thank you. Thank you. The elites want to have a third party. The elites don't want to have a third party. What? Liberals. Dems is an umbrella party. Takes many types. Liberals. Dems is an umbrella party. I think the doorway to the tent is extremely small. So, I don't know. I think if you ask me which one I think is the umbrella party or, like, which one has the biggest tent, I would give that to the conservatives. Because our tent, the doorway is like this. And then people are like, why is no one coming through the doorway? And it's like, y'all won't let us in. I don't, even for me, I mean, the past 3 months have literally shown to everyone on the internet that I could be fighting for your guys' side, and they'll freak out because I said one thing that they don't like. I think that's like the epitome of the liberal party right now. And that's what we need to fix. All liberals are Democrats, but not all Democrats are liberals. Fair? Because you're still a Republican? I'm not a Republican, and that's what's crazy is this is exactly what I'm talking about right there. Right there. When you say that I am a Republican, even you're doing it like right now. We have a fake democracy. The left is too sensitive. That's fair. Can we please get away from the labels? I wish, but apparently if you do not properly label yourself, you'll get lambasted for it. Tucker Carlson obliterated lying Ted? Yes. Tucker Carlson did a great job. I hate the guy. I feel like he's honestly backing. I think he's in bed with Russia, to be honest, but. You guys can ask any questions you like. Any questions you like. People yell at me that I can't be independent. Yeah. And well, then this is the thing, though, is it's always denied. People deny that this is happening, that the tent door is so small. They deny it. And it's like, okay, but it's reality. There's so many of us who will come out and say that, hey, I have been shut out on this tent. People have tried to shut me out. People have been like, yo, we're gonna actually make fun of you and treat you like shit for your beliefs. And that's not, I don't believe in that at all. I think that's crazy. And I think to deny that is causing people, like, you cannot look at someone who is being told that something's happening to them and then tell them that it's not happening. They're just going to get upset and run away further. The tent door is a good analogy. Thank you. Thank you. What is my opinion on the trans community? I think that they should be able to exist. I think that anyone above the, like, for me personally, I think anyone above the age of 18 should be able to pretty much do whatever they want in this country as long as it doesn't hurt anyone else. That I've always... There are people who... for example, this is my problem with Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh does not want people, like trans people, to be able to get their surgeries and things that they want, right? Okay? That's crazy because he's okay with women getting boob jobs. That's you're not following your own logic. If people want to do what they want to feel, that is gender affirming care, you know what I mean? You guys can ask any questions. What is trad? Opinion on Lily Tino? You don't want to hear my opinion on her because I'll get angry. She pisses me off severely. She's done more harm. And someone who was on the conservative side, I know the harm that she has done. I have watched it. Did you go to the No Kings protest? Yes, I did. You guys, okay, check out Dax Shepard podcast. He could be the Joe Rogan for the left. I'll check it out. Yeah, these are going kind of fast. If I did not, I was there. I didn't see you, but I was in front. Yeah, I was there with Sunny and Bailey. They're two pals of mine. Who do you feel the best front runner for candidates? You guys are gonna hate me, but I'm a Gavin stan. I like Gavin Newsom. I do. Sorry. Oh, nah. Well, I'd say conservative. I feel like you're a conservative. Are you conservatina? Are you a conservative? Or I feel like you're a conservative, right? Because someone who... You're going to have a bunch of people say no in here. You're going to have... This is the interesting thing that I think is so funny about politics. You're going to have a bunch of Republicans who don't like Gavin because they think he's like some far left delusional. And then you have a bunch of people on the left who don't like Gavin because they think he's too moderate and he's like pretty much a Republican. And that's what I don't understand about... Like, are we following... I don't know. That's so weird how that happens. That's so weird. But also, Gavin Newsom votes against the Californian government all the time. Like, so, like, there's times that legislators in that state try to bring things to the table, and he's like, no, you better change this in a way that is more conservative, if you will. I think Gavin Newsom would come in and play a pretty good... Bashar? Are you asking if I'm familiar with Bashar? Sorry, you guys are kind of far away. It's not even that you're far away. I just can't really see. Gavin doesn't help. I think he'd make a great president. I don't know. I think he would. I think he would... Again, politicians aren't kings, and I don't think that he can come in and say, you know, this or that without... Here's what I'll say. I think that he would bring bipartisan legislation... And I think people on both sides within Congress would be able to get onto it more. I do think that. I would vote for Gavin Newsom. Yeah, I would too. What's my thoughts on rad femmes? What is a rad femme? He'd lose, not gonna lie. I don't think so. I think he'd sweep the nation because I think you're underestimating the moderates. Moderates determine who wins in this country. What is a rad... Are you talking about radical feminists? What's my thought on radical feminism? I get hate from them because I refuse to say... Like, I don't like the phrase, I hate all men. I don't like the phrase... It's all men. I'm the type of person to say Happy Men's Mental Health Month. Like, I take men's mental health seriously. I think that it's a big issue in this country. So I guess I'm not a rad femme. And then because I say that, they get mad at me. And I'm like, okay, but I support you in what you do. Please just leave me alone. Just let me do what I'm doing. I would vote for Mickey Mouse than the current POTUS. Yeah, I think most people would. I would vote for a chicken nugget, you know. Do I need glasses? No, it's the technology. It's bright and white small letters. Look into Bush. He's a damn governor of Kentucky. Dude knows how to win conservatives. Oh, Thick Penguin messaged me that because yeah, I would like to. I love finding people like that. I like men more than women, but I have more bad experiences that have me biased. I'm a tomboy. I get along with men very well. And I think I get along with women very well. I don't know. Literally, conservative political commentators would win over Gavin. I don't think so. I think we should run it and then see. I just don't think, I think moderates, I think you're underestimating. Conservatives vote conservatives. Left votes left. The win comes from moderates, not conservatives or not Democrats. The win comes from moderates. They're called swing states for a reason. You know what I mean? Kelly has a rich history of not winning POTUS. I think Gavin, I just don't think Gavin is as far left as you think he is. Oprah Winfrey for president? Fuck no. Fuck no. Who said that? Oprah Winfrey? Fuck no. Give me Michelle Obama. I'll take her. I wish Michelle would run. If Michelle would run, I would go crazy. I would be so fucking happy. If Michelle ran, oh my god. Me for president? Yeah, I know she said she won't. But damn, I would freak out. It would be my whole personality, honestly. Michelle is too smart to run for president. She would have won in a landslide. Oh yeah, it would have been psychotic. I don't know. Because there's not only it's fucking Michelle Obama, she's an extremely intelligent woman, combined with the fact that it's the Obamas. There's a nostalgia play to it as well. Mercedes for Secretary of State and Destiny for President. I'm giving you a follow for that comment. Oh, where'd you go? No. Okay, there you are. I'm following you for that. That was good. You guys can ask any... Oh, I've made it over my 30-minute mark. I just kind of stayed on here. I guess because I'm waiting for breakfast, so... Hi from Oklahoma. Howdy. I'll be moving to Arkansas. Fayetteville, Arkansas. Progressive rhetoric wins. Obama ran on progressive forward-thinking platform. Obama was also sued by the ACLU. I do not think Obama was as progressive as people pretend. For the time, maybe. But, Obama, comparatively to the people, progressives now, I don't know. I think he was a centrist. Yeah, I'd argue. He was very diplomatic. I don't know. Obama wasn't progressive. I think Obama was... Conservatina, did you vote for Obama? Exactly. Obama was a progressive for the time, but he's not a leftist by any means. Yeah, I think Obama's great. George Clooney for president? Fuck no. I couldn't vote then? Oh, damn. He was a progressive centrist for the time. You guys can ask whatever you like. Progressive changes with the times. Exactly. My nose is stuffed up. Which side, Riley Gaines or Simone Biles? I think Simone Biles, speaking to Riley Gaines on over the internet, I think created something that was not... I don't know. I don't think it was good open dialogue, and I think the conservatives weaponized it. But I also think that Riley Gaines, low-key, is a POS. So... W. Riley Gaines. I would put an L for Riley Gaines. My frustration with Riley Gaines is the fact that I just didn't know that I don't know. She's just got some beliefs on her that I'm like, bro. It might be the association with Charlie Kirk. Okay, she really hardcore associates with Charlie Kirk, and I don't like Charlie Kirk. She came in 5th. Yeah. And she made it. I thought, while I was a conservative, that I had no idea until I came over to the side that she came in 5th. She came in 5th place. Like, what? I don't know. But anyone, the people, Charlie Kirk just pisses me off. I don't know, that crowd does. Like, girl, you were never gonna win that. AOC for president? I don't know about that. But I support people who do think that. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what you believe, 100%. She did or she didn't. She came in 5th. She did come in 5th. Yes, AOC mentioned. I think AOC is especially now, like, she's really grown into her position in politics 100%. And I believe she has her place. I just don't think the country's ready for AOC. I think that AOC would lose. Sadly. You should run for something? Nah, I ain't gonna have someone show up at my house and, like, pew-pew me. I mean, I carry, you know. It's not a problem. I think politics right now, if I lived in a country in which people didn't act like politics were grounds to, you know, unalive one another, maybe. But the way that people act in this country is crazy. And I'm like, whoa, give me Australian politics. Maybe Gavin and AOC. I think AOC attached to that ticket would, I think, sadly, I just severely, so the right has a very, 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 a lot of, they just think that she's too radical. Earlier you said that if someone came into your house, you would escort them out. No, but I would not just, are you talking about the border, or are you talking about, like, figuratively or literally? Because I would not literally, I let anyone into my house.
That's being taken out of context.
Yeah. I let anyone into my fucking house, and I'll fucking feed them and be like, hi, you want to talk? The right hates every woman that runs. They do weaponize. I think this is, again, one of my issues with the right was that, yeah, I mean, they use certain cards to discredit, and I don't like that. So, like, discredit it. We gotta shut that. I think, can you guys hear this? The wind on the microphone? Is this bothering you?
It's the only way it's gonna...
Can you hear that? Yes? It's okay. If it goes off, I'll just end it. No? Oh, no, they can't hear it. Yes, but it just started. No? Yeah, I can hear, but it's fine. Here. Is this better? Is this helping? No, it's not helping. Let me, like... Yes, oh, it is? Okay. Now, here, let me scoot you closer. I'll just have to talk really low, which is hard because I get very passionate. How's this? Is this a little bit more intimate? You hear running water? It's not running water, it's sizzling steaks. I asked if you were in the shower before. Oh, no, there's just breakfast being made. It sounds like water? Yeah, it does. Oh, the wind is blowing. The flag. Ooh, okay. So, oh man, you guys are going fast. Did you say you're leaving Austin? Yeah, I'm leaving Austin because the fishing here sucks. I'm literally leaving Austin because the fishing sucks. That's how much people ask, oh, Mercedes, do you actually fish? Yeah, I'm moving states because of how bad the fishing is here in Central Texas. It's okay, I'll fight for Arkansas. Arkansas's red. I'd rather live in a red state than a blue state because then I have actual work I can do. Come to Cali? Fuck no. I would never move to California. And I've lived in California for 3 years. I will never move there. Fishing good in Scotland? I bet. You should move by the Great Lakes. I know you like nature. Yes, but I don't like cold. That's why I chose Arkansas. Because it's hot, and good fishing, but not near as hot as Texas. But it's good fishing. What do I think about Destiny? I'm a Destiny stan. I think he does amazing work. I think he obviously has his problems, but I think he does amazing work. You're from Arkansas and you're a conservative? Let's go fishing. Arkansas is affordable? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to Fayetteville because I think they have the best, like, economy there. And there's good fishing. And I want to be on the Ozarks. You like his revenge corn? Ew, no one said that I like that. That's gross. No one likes that. Terrible state for human rights? Yeah, I know. We'll fix it, though. Gotta go do the work. Arkansas has a lot of beauty? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The Ozarks are peak. It's considered mountain biking capital. Weird? What's weird? You guys can ask any questions. Sorry, people who are just coming in here are probably like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? That's why they need Mercedes. Oh, it's not that windy anymore. Thanks. Thank you. California is a great state to visit for me, not to live in. I could not live in California. Why don't I like California? I do not like... I don't like a lot of the laws there. I don't like how much... I don't like the city. I don't know. I think that... There are laws there that I don't like. I'm going to be honest. There's just laws there that I don't like. I don't like that building is so hard. Neighborhoods are so expensive. Housing is so expensive because you have to jump through 20,000 hoops just to build a house. And I don't like that. What about Washington? I've lived in Washington at the base of Mount St. Helens. And I've lived in Oregon. I'm curious what laws. Things like the zoning issues. I don't like. I'm gonna get canceled if I talk about what I don't like, if I'm being honest. So I'm probably not gonna talk about that. I don't think I get along well with city folk. I love them. They just don't love me. I would be nice to them, and then I say one thing, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, whoa, I'm so sorry. Let's go fishing. And they're like, you're killing the fish. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, and then I run away. I drive away in the diesel truck, and they're like, stop rolling coal. And I'm like, shit, sorry. Well, we love you. I love you too. You're cool. You're fucking cool. I think, but I don't, just a little off grid, I don't think you're like city folk though. You're like a man's man. Like, straight up. You be handling that equipment. Yeah. Everyone in here should follow just a little off grid. Like, he's based. He's awesome. I thought I'd hate the people in Texas, but I've met so many awesome people in my conservative city. Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm saying. A lot of conservative people are really good people. They're just hijacked by a bunch of idiots. And that's what I want to fix, is like a lot of conservative people are not bad people. Obviously, there's a portion in the party that suck, but to write them all off on that is wrong. And if we could get them over here, they would make the vibe better. We just need to get them to understand that the people that they're voting for suck. You know what I mean? I don't know, like, everything... Oh, here goes the fire alarm. I'm so sorry. Here, if I turn this down, can you hear it? I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. Can I mute y'all? The cancel culture is a problem. Yes. Thank you so much, team. It's actually fine. We can hear you. Thanks, guys. It's not crazy loud. The microphone must be doing a good job. Okay. I guess the microphone is saving my ass here. The fire alarm is applauding the beautiful steaks. Yeah, if your alarm does not go off, your steak is probably not seared enough. I love a steak, blue rare, or just rare. And in order to maintain blue or rare, you have to get it, the cast iron's got to be sizzling, man. So when you put the steak on there, you got like 3 minutes on each side, and it's crusty, it's crunchy, beautiful on the outside, and then inside it's just fucking raw. Delicious. When you go to Arkansas, go to North Fork Lake. I'm going to visit every single lake there. Every single lake, every single river. Everyone. Every stream, every creek, and I'm going to fish it all. And I'm going to catch every species. They have so many different species of fish there. It's so diverse. And they have the bayou. It's the Bartholomew Bayou, which is one of the longest bayous in the world. I think it is the longest bayou in the world. And they have so much French influence. Dude, I'm currently marinating some Wagyu ribeyes for tonight, and I agree. Rare to medium rare. Yeah, delicious. As long as you got that crust on it. My favorite. You should come visit. I would visit you. Are you in Arkansas? I'd visit. If anyone was here in Arkansas, I'd take you fishing with me. Medium or I'm not eating it. Wait, do you like it? So if I gave it to you rare, would you not eat it? Black and blue. Yeah. Black on the outside, blue on the inside. You will like the white bass? Yes, I'm going strictly. Part of the biggest reason is for the white bass, and stripers. I also really want to. I don't know, the bowfish. They have shovel-nosed sturgeon out there. They obviously have the trout, right? I don't. There's like a huge crappie population. Obviously bass, but I'm kind of over bass. Alligator gar, muskie is there, pickerel, like, it's crazy. It's so biodiverse. The amount of fish species are insane. It has to moo or it's overcooked. Exactly. A fresh butcher. Can you eat alligator gar? It tastes gross. If I'm gonna eat gar, it's gotta be made into gar balls. Like fried up gar balls with a lot of seasoning, and then it's good. But I wouldn't just like, good luck even serving a fillet of gar. I don't know. No, not really. I don't think so. What is gar? It is a fish that looks prehistoric. It's got thick scales. It's hard to fillet. I mean, it's hard to get into. Really thick scales. It looks like a monster. And it's got like teeth like this. Like a dinosaur. Never tried garballs. What is it like? If you fry it and it's spiced up, it tastes like it came out of a Louisiana grab bag. You know. So not part of the gator. Oh, it's not an actual alligator. No. It's a fish. It's just called the alligator gar because of its snout. Hi, Z. Z's here. Everyone say hi to Z. I'm going live because I had to go live for 30 minutes in order to get the ability to live stream on here. Enemy number one? No. Come fly fishing. I used to live in Colorado, and I've fly fished in Colorado up past Woodland Park. I fished 11 Mile Reservoir. I've done a lot of fishing in Colorado. I love it. I'd come visit you, but I love Colorado. Where in Colorado are you? I lived there, Colorado Springs, for like 5 years. You guys can interact as much as you want. You can ask as many questions. You're from Estes Park? Cool. You ever try fishing in Alaska? I would die. If I tell people all the time, like, if you want to get me to your state, and even if you had bad intentions, I'd still go. I'm that person who would think of it as fishing is my van with candy. A random person on the internet could be like, hey, Mercedes, I have a cabin in Alaska. You want to go fishing? And I'd be like, sure. And if they let me stay there, yeah, I'd go. And then who knows what would happen. As long as I caught a fish, it'd be fine. As long as I caught a halibut, I'd be good. It's fine. You would let me stay there? Thank you. I would. I'd stay. And I'd fish. I'd just fish. I love... It's the only thing I can think about is fishing. It's... Oh, no, I didn't mean to invite you as a guest. I'm so sorry. I will drop you if you come up here. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. Fishing in Canada is great. I bet it is. I bet it is. I fished Oregon a lot, and I fished Washington a lot, so it'd probably be similar. What is it that I love about fishing? I love fish, and I love catching them. And I love the species. Fish is my favorite animal, is a fish. Like, just fish. All fish. Preferably freshwater is my favorite. No, that's a lie. Well, it's not a lie. It's like a this much, right? Like, so it's, I don't know. I love eating fish. It's quiet. It's relaxing. I love water. I love being on the water. So it takes the components of everything I love. So I love eating them. I love them as a species. I don't know. And it's like you're waiting, and you're waiting, and you're waiting, and you're waiting, and you have to work for it. You know what I mean? Especially where I live, you have to make sure that your presentations are what the fish will want. There's knowledge that comes to it, like what are the patterns and behaviors of the fish species? Are they breeding? Is it do I need to go deeper in the water because the temperature? Did it just rain? Like there's so many things you have to factor in order to catch a good fish, and so there's a little bit of a competitive factor into that, where you're trying to become as knowledgeable as possible to understand the species. Do I like the stillness? Yes. Idaho is pretty amazing in nature. I love Idaho. I've been throughout that state quite a bit. Passing between. Oh man. Sorry guys. Again, if the fire alarm doesn't go off, your steak is not properly seared. I'll cover your ears. I'm so sorry. Oh, it stopped. You've been here almost your whole life. Cool, cool, cool. You love my content? I love your existence. Thank you for watching my content. You don't have to do that. But thanks for doing it anyways. Sweet. That didn't work. It's really weird to pay for camping. Oh, that's crazy to me. Yeah, that's another reason why I'm leaving fucking Texas. I am a strong proponent of public land. I love public lands. I just don't understand how I live in a state where everything is owned. Everything is owned. Everything is owned. Everything is private. Like, you can't, the longest trail if you want to go hiking here is like fucking 20 miles or 30 miles, and it's on a dirt road next to someone's fucking field. Unless you visit Big Bend, but even then, like, the fuck? Like, you can't just go to a state park and go on a, like, really big hike because everything around it is owned and they pretty much sold off. I mean, it's because of how much farming has been out here. So, like, a lot of the land is generationally just passed down, and it was owned up really, really quickly. So that's why, but I can't deal with that. I need public access to land. I need BLMs. I need national forests. Or else I'll lose my shit. Hi, Logix. Hi, buddy. Used to live in Texas, Temple, Texas. Been to Austin, Dallas, all around. Everything is owned. Yeah, and it sucks. Idaho is really great for that. California just moved in, and shit is changing. What's good? Not so much. How have you traveled so much? So young? I don't know. I just have. I lived in a lot of states. So I've lived in California, Oregon, Washington, Colorado, and Texas. Between divorced parents that lived in different states, had to go back and forth. Been to Thailand, because my mother's from Thailand. She was born in Thailand. So that caused me to travel there. Living in, I don't know, nowhere in the East. A little bit of Appalachia. Tennessee, but that's not like, if you're talking about like Northeast, I've been in Chicago, but not. I haven't gotten to explore the nature of Northeast. Thailand is on my bucket list. Is it as beautiful as I think it is? Yeah, if Thailand had open borders, I would not even be in America right now. Okay, I would have been long gone. I would have been gone the minute I turned 18. If Thailand did not have borders, I would not be living here. My grandma, her village, so she's from a village in Thailand, and my mom is from a village in Thailand. Like there's a river. It's called the Mekong, and there's a village area in Nakhon Phanom that she is from, and I have a lot of family over there. And I'd be over there fishing the Mekong every single day, pulling out catfish the goddamn size of a minivan. Not really, but like maybe a Mini Cooper sized catfish. Can you get dual citizenship? I don't know. I have no idea. And everything that I've looked at, it's almost like I can't. Like I have family over there, but I don't know if my mom and my grandma have to live there. Because my grandma lived there most of her life, but she just recently came back to America because she's getting old and she's going to need a lot more care. She's doing great, but she just knows that it's inevitable. And the village, it's like there's like pretty much no electricity in this village. It's old school village. The huts are made out of sticks and mud and rocks that are pulled out of the Mekong. They'll catch a catfish and it'll sit there for a whole entire day and they'll just be eating off of it. Like these people got stomachs of gold. Really, really hearty stomachs. Guys, my phone's on 1% and I think the food is done. Is the food done?
Almost. Just the eggs. Just got the eggs done.
How's the
Do you want
potatoes?
a charger real quick?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I think I have one here. Let me plug y'all in really quick before you die on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm trying my hardest. Okay. Nice chat. Thanks guys. You're plugged in. Is it safe? LGBT in Thailand? Yeah, it's glorified out there. They do a really good job. Some of the best trans doctors in the world live in Thailand. It is like a mecca. They call them gatoy out there, not necessarily representing, that's a mixed. So like there's trans people, but then there's people who they make a living out of being gatoy. And I don't know, it's legal and they have huge pride festivals and they're so cool about it. And it's, I don't know, it's really cool. It's probably, if I had to pick like the top LGBT friendly country, Thailand would be on that list. 100%. I'm excited for breakfast. It's steak, eggs, bacon, and potatoes. Well, you just told me. Have a good rest of my day. Thank you so much. Enjoy your breakfast. Okay, guys. I'll be hopping off. Thanks for helping me pass 30 minutes that turned into like an hour. So that's cool. Y'all are awesome. Bye, guys.